And welcome to the channel. This is Steel City Knives. Right, we're going to be having a look at the Case Mini Copperlock. So this was a gift from a great guy in the community, Zen R. Lee. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave all the personal stuff to the end. So if you've just come here to have a look at the knife, that's fair enough. But I want to just say a massive thank you to Zen R. Lee. Brilliant guy in the community. You know, he's one of these commenters that might as well have a channel because he contributes so much. He's been around since day dot. He's just an absolute legend. I can remember him from when I first started watching YouTube, being a big presence, and just, I know he gifts knives to channels and things like that. He makes a lot of contributions. Just a great guy in general, and he's supported this channel from the sort of day one. So a big massive thank you. I'm going to do a bit of a personal message at the end, like I said, but if you just want to look and stick around and look at the knife, and we'll go through it, do a bit of a deep dive into the pattern, how it was designed, all the rest of it, then stay tuned. Right, so I've got to thank Zen again, because I wouldn't have had this pattern. I necessarily wouldn't have bought this pattern because I live in the UK. I like UK legal knives, so that I never have to justify why I've got it. And this is a mid-back lock, but I'm so glad that I've got this. I know it's sharp because I just nicked myself, but I'm running out of time as usual. So I just want to keep. I would have got a plaster. So excuse the little tiny bit of blood there. But yeah, so I necessarily wouldn't have bought this. I'm so glad I was gifted it. I think I'm going to have to get the full size one now. But it has got a cult following. People absolutely love the Copperlock, and rightly so. Look at it. Just look at it. It is such a... It's about 7 to 8 mil in thickness, so really slender carry. It's got such a stunning clip point blade with that beautiful swedging. Now, Case sometimes refer to this as a French nail nit. We call it sort of a long pull, I think, sort of in the community, but absolutely brilliant. Looks such a classy blade shape and look. I am absolutely... These covers are just a bit of me. This is like, it's a beautiful colour. So this is smooth chestnut bone, and look at it. Look at the depth in the bone. The coloration is just absolutely stunning. And Zen couldn't have picked a better sort of knife for me. It's absolutely stunning, really nice. Right, so I might offend a few people here, but I'm just gonna come out and say it. American Cutlery does the best tang stamps. I'm sorry, I've said it. Now, as a collector, we like to be able to know the background, know the year, know a lot of information about our knives. And American Cutlery just do the best tang stamps because they are that you can decipher them. You can find out the year, the makeup of it, the pattern, whatever, through the tang stamps. And throughout history, American Cutleries have always been the best at that. Sort of Robeson, whatever. I'm sorry to say it, but it's true. You got to give credit where credit's due, and American Cutlery seems to do that the best. So what we've got here, so what they do, especially through a certain period of Case's history, they've come up with this 10-dot system. So essentially, you have your main sort of stamp, which will be Case of some sort, and the different, and don't get me wrong, if you want to go online, it's all widely available if you're new into Case. The key, you can find them on actual Case's official website, or even some sellers have it, but so you can decipher it. So you've got Case, and then to a certain, it'll be a certain style, and that will tell you the decade. And then they do a 10-dot system, so they remove a dot for every year in which it was manufactured. So it would be 2020. It's a 2020 tang stamp, and then they remove it thereafter. So we know this is a 2020. And then if you have a look at that code there, 61749L, that will tell you so much. It will tell you the pattern, and then that SS is stainless steel. But yeah, American Cutlery does it the best. So, right, we've had a bit of a walk around the knife. You can see it's absolutely perfect. It's such a beautiful knife. The dimensions, so I'll just tell you the closed dimension, which is a lot of what traditional knife patterns do. They'll just sort of tell you the closed, and it'll sort of tell you a lot. So the closed length is 3 5/8, that's 9.2 centimeters. But yeah, it's a mini. So they brought out the Copperlock and then they brought out a mini. So I think I'll have to get the Copperlock now, definitely. But just such an amazing knife. Right, let's go into the design of it and a bit about the history. Favourite bit now, we get to deep dive and have a look at the knife itself and the history around it. Now, history doesn't have to be old to a certain degree. It's just a bit of background information about the knife itself. So my favourite bit, and I'll be honest with you, a lot of this channel I'm learning as I'm going, and then I'm just sharing it with you. So, you know, no expert here, but just I like to do it and I like to share it. So you guys might already know it, but it's nice just to talk about it anyway, isn't it? Even if we all know it, sometimes it's just to go over it again. And a guy that I wanted to bring attention to is the designer. So the guy's called Tom Hart. I don't think he gets enough recognition because I wasn't too aware of him prior to this. I think I knew he did the Ruslock, which is this design pattern. A very polarizing knife pattern by all means. I think it's one of them you either love or you hate. But yeah, so he named that the Ruslock after William Russell, which is the namesake of Case, essentially. Now, when I talk about these pattern numbers, so this pattern number is 749L, if you have a look there. With some of Case's pattern numbers, they have a sort of meaning behind them. And the Ruslock's one of them that has a meaning. So the Ruslock pattern number is called the pattern number because of that's when William Russell died. So it's a little bit of a nod to him. Another pattern number that has meaning is the original Copperlock. So the original Copperlock pattern number is 549. So the whole sort of reasoning behind the Copperlock and the whole process of it was that they wanted to get a locking trapper. They wanted to bring a locking trapper to the market. And Tom Hart was, I think it was Dick Kearney who worked for Case that wanted this locking trapper. And he gave that sort of to Tom Hart to work with. And Tom Hart came up with this. So essentially what you've got here is half a trapper, half a Copperhead. I can't see it too much, I'll be honest with you, but you can only see it when you offer it up to a trapper or to a Copperhead. But if I take, I've been carrying this one recently, you see at the bottom there, it is still very similar to a Copperhead, but you see how it kicks out more here, and it's got more of a curvature. So you've got half trapper, half Copperhead. Now, apparently it was almost like a locking trapper, and then they didn't like the exposed tang, so they brought the Copperhead part into it. And that's how it was born. It's the love child of a trapper and a Copperhead, essentially. So the original was brought out in 1998, and then 1997, and then the Mini was brought out in 1998. It's only a year apart. So, like I say, not a very old pattern, but a Case original pattern. So Tom Hart also, he created the Texas Lockhorn. So again, this looks a bit of a polarizing knife, and it's actually discontinued. So I don't know if that's because it didn't sell too well, but an absolutely phenomenal looking knife. And it was brought out in 1980, that knife, and then it was discontinued in 1984/85 is what I found. So if you can find one of them, then I'm sure they fetch a pretty penny and would be a massive thing for a serious Case collector. But yeah, that Tom Hart, unfortunately, he's passed away now. Passed away in 1999, God rest his soul. But yeah, I don't think he gets enough of a shout out. I'll be honest with you, I don't think I'd really known of him until I got this knife, started doing a bit of research. I vaguely remember that he may have been the one that did the Ruslock. But yeah, not enough recognition for the guy. That's this design alone is enough to put him on the map, really, as far as I'm concerned. Because this is such a phenomenal cult following, sort of a cult following almost, the Copperlock. People absolutely love this thing. And I can see why now I've got one. And I've got Zen to thank for that. But yeah, a nice bit of history there. And one model that I did notice when I was sort of doing the research is, obviously, this is 26 years old now. And obviously the original was 27-year-old. But when the Mini had its 25th anniversary, they brought out this. And look how nice this looks. And a nice commemorative sort of piece there. But yeah, it looks phenomenal. I absolutely love that. I think that looks brilliant. But yeah, a brilliant design by Tom Hart, and a really nice... I think he worked for the company for about 50 years. I'm sure I read somewhere that he did 50 years of service, which is not that hard to believe, really. If you watch any of the sort of Case factory tours, a lot of their employees are long-term employees, and you only get that if they're a good company, they look after their employees, and also they're proud to be a part of that and the company. Right, let's have a bit of a personal message now. Time for the personal bit. So, to me, these knives are the most important knives in anybody's collection, or should be. Sometimes people come on YouTube and they flex and they show all these expensive knives and limited edition knives, but this is as limited as they get. These are knives with stories, and do yourself a favour before it's too late. Share it with your children. Share the story of why these knives are important to you with your children, because then these are the knives that will stay with you forever in your collection. They'll stay with you for a lifetime, and then they'll get handed down to the next generation. And if you explain and talk about the stories, you know, they'll live on, and the kids will appreciate it, and they'll have meaning for them. So they're the most important. And I've been very grateful. I've received a few now. I've received one from Gunslinger Cow, one from Randy WSG, one from Drew, a couple from Drew, and they're the ones that mean the most to you in your collection. So, and I want to get you something back, Zen. Zen's been not giving me a forward addresses, but I will get him something back, definitely. But yeah, it came at a really good time for me, Zen. I'll be honest with you, mate. Life has a habit of chucking loads of negative stuff at you all at the same time, and I went through that sort of period where just a few things hit me all at the same time, and I didn't know this was coming. I really didn't. I thought another knife was coming from another brilliant channel called Pocket Knife Therapy, sending me an Empire knife. It seems to be stuck in transit, and hopefully it will make it to me, and I'll do a video on that. But again, a very important knife will be in my collection. But I thought it was that one, and this came, and it just really blindsided me. It really lifted my spirits, mate. I can't explain how much it lifted my spirits. I think men in general were very much head down, graft away, and we're not very good socially. Sometimes that falls away, and you lose friends and all the rest of it. And that's why I like this sort of community and being part of it, because it gives you a bit of a lifeline to, you know. And I class Zen as a friend, and I've made a lot of great friends in the community. I'm not very good at reciprocating it. I'm terrible at getting back to people or sort of, but let me know. I appreciate you all, and I love that side of it. I love that social side of the channel and meeting all you fantastic people. And we're all cut from the same cloth. I really do enjoy meeting you all. I'm not always the best at, like I say, reciprocating that, but I just want you to know I do appreciate your guidance, your support, your friendship. I do. And while I'm here, I just want to, there's a lot of people we're worried about at the moment in the community for health issues. Loads, you know. I won't name them all, but you know who you are. Be subscribers or actual people that have YouTube channels. You know, I'm personally worried about their health, and you know, I generally think about them and wish them happiness and health, and sending them my regards. But I've put a little bit at the end of my children. I've not shown their faces. Yeah, that's the funny story. So Cheeto Bandito sent me some stickers, very nicely, and I lost them, and I was gutted. And then all of a sudden they turned up in my daughter's bedroom. So my daughter's just turned 5. She's stickers mad. We let her put them on one of her furniture. So she must be the only 5-year-old that's got a knife buddy board, because she always seems to intercept or find my stickers. And yeah, she's stickers mad. But yeah, she says I love you, Zen, at one point. She's a bit of a hugger, mate. She's only 5, but yeah, we spent the day doing some work out in the garden. You know, it's when this came and was talking about it. And that's what I mean. You've got to share the stories with your kids, and you know. But anyway, thank you all. I'll see you on the next one. Please like and subscribe. Cheers. Thank you. Was that the intro? You're right, Zen. I've just got the kids in from the garden, mate. We've just been putting them to work, mate. Earning your keep, ain't you?
Hello, Zen.
Okay, that's nice, sweetheart. Dylan just wants to say thank you. Go on then, mate.
Thank you, Zen, for my tool. Thank you for my stickers, by the way, too. I'm curious. Why is your nickname Zen R. Lee?
He's been asking me out there. I've told him your proper name. I've told him not to say it, but yeah, he was asking me why is he called Zen Ali? He wanted to know. He might answer in the comment section. You never know. Yeah. So, all right, mate. Okay. Maybe he likes Zen in the art of motorcycle maintenance. Okay. Yeah. All right. Cheers, mate. Appreciate that. I'll see. Say bye. Say bye. Wait, come and say bye.
Bye, Zen. Thank you for my stickers too.
Oh, yeah. Evie might have nicked a couple of stickers then. All right, cheers, mate. See you in a bit.